What's going on, people? It's your man the YB back once again. Big shout out to my doggy Bobby Ross for coming through and boosting up the plumber's coin. You best believe it. So, you've seen the title, folks. Yeah, we got a leaked angle right now. Frank Warren, obviously doing what he does, has posted the footage of the fight from a new, unseen, leaked, ain't no one seen before angle. And this ain't gonna exposes you, man. Fury won this fight. Now I'm capping. I'm being facetious, but listen. The point of this video is Fury got his head boxed off. Ultimately, folks, you got cucked on the title. That's the truth. I got bills to pay, folks. Yeah, these bills ain't paying themselves, so you got cucked on the title, and that's on you, man. Yeah. Bottom line, I'm messing, but listen. The point is, this clip I'm fixing to leak to you, man, shows how the fight should have gone if Tyson and Fury didn't come in. Let me show you the shape. I'm doing a separate video on this. I've leaked it before. I'm fixing to leak it again. This was the shape dude was in when I find the picture. Oh, come on. Here we go. Look at this bulbous looking ass. Look at this bulbous looking ass. Look at this bulbous looking ass. Look at this guy. This was the shape. You can see, look. He's got the moody beard there. Yeah, the moody beard's there. Look at that shape there. There's no shape there. That is taking the piss shape. That's what that is. It leaked as well. This came out about 2 or 3 weeks before the fight happened. This was the shape he was in. So he didn't lose no more weight from then. That's why he had clothes on in the weigh-in. Anywho, the reason I've showed you this leaked picture of the shape he was in, you can't, I'm sorry, you can't, he's proven it now. He did well given how out of shape he was. But you can't win fights like that at this level. And you damn sure can't win fights like that at this level against Usyk. That's now proven. For sure. Anywho. Let's get this video clip up. And show you what I'm talking about here. Because if Fury had been fit. It's not Usyk's fault. These guys are lazy. It's not Usyk's fault. These guys are bulbous. It's not Usyk's fault. These guys prefer to sit on the beach in Benidorm eating pork pies. Yeah? With Branston pickle on. That said, watch this clip here. I'll play it in bits because obviously I don't want to get bumped. Watch what Fury does over this 30-second period. No back steps. He's coming in. Look at his angle there. Fury seldomly comes in at this angle. He's got some lean to him. Look at Usyk's got a lean there. Fury's normally upright and leaning back and loose as he's coming in with some, I wouldn't call it bad intentions, but he's looking to do someone some half serious harm. Yeah? It's annoying I can't really play it properly, to be honest. You can't really appreciate what's really going on. Jab, left hook. Use on the ropes. Look at Fury's guard. His elbows are in. His chin's down. Slow as molasses with the uppercut, but still. Look, he's holding the center of the ring. He's holding his feet. He's not backpedaling. He's holding his. No, notice his feet now. He's not pulling back. He's held the center of the ring the whole time. Usyk's posturing. Boop, uppercut. Right on his jaw. Yeah? Boop. That's what I've been saying this whole time. When you hold your feet and you defend with your hands, you're ready. When you're defending with your feet and running backwards, leaning back and loose as a goose, you're fish food. You can't punch from leaning back. Really? How many times have you seen someone lean back and all bent out of shape and crossing their legs and stumbling backwards? How many times do you see someone get a good shot off? Unlikely. You want your weight going forward, or at least neutral. All this loose chin in the air rubbish, no good. He found an uppercut from... I've played you a 20-second clip there. That uppercut was found with Fury maintaining his poise. Yeah? That's where it was found. Maintaining his poise. Not jumping around like with a Moody Jippo footwork. Do you understand? And if Fury... This was actually a pretty good shot from Fury. I hadn't seen this angle. Once again. Oosh, proper rattles him. Look. See Fury there? Usyk smiles, to be honest. He wasn't that hurt, but he definitely half buckled him. Fury's smiling. Fury, I don't know what's train him. He loves to grapple too much. You hit him with a good shot, and he did this with Dillian White and got away with it. He hit Dillian White with a good shot. Dillian White's got legs, so he just went. Fury hit him in the uppercut and then pushed him, and he fell over. This is the premium fight game now, Tyson. Yeah, the chance of getting a lucky knockout with one punch, slim to none, and Slim's out of town. So you hit someone with a good shot. Get on their ass with your hands. Don't be pushing and I've hit Dillian White and I've pushed him over. That's Dillian White, no chin and no legs, and shot to bits at the time. He was shot to bits. Dillian White's never been that guy, really. Of course, best paid here. Reavers put him down, and whole bag of man. Let's be honest here. Joe Parker can't punch, put him down in the prime of his career. So this ain't no Dillian White. This ain't no Dillian. My legs are bowed out and stiff White. Yeah, this is Oleksandr Usyk. Put your hands together. Stop messing around. Here we go, here's the uppercut. Gosh! Fury's still there, look, Fury's there. And now, you're going to see Usyk now step in. Bear in mind, Fury's feet are there, his hands are stuck to his head. Watch what Usyk does now. Slap, slap, slap. Nothing. Don't do nothing. This is what I was telling you, man. You hate to break it to you. This is what happens. Usyk can't punch. Look, nothing happened, people. Do you understand that? If you stand in front of him, was sucked in like this, Fury's not even got the strongest guard like that. He's not like Canelo or Beterbiev. He don't have the... I'm not sure what you'd call it, but he doesn't have the discipline of it. To have the best guard, you have to be disciplined with it in training. And be stuck like this the whole time. That makes your shoulders strong. That makes your wrists strong to parry the shots. And that's what makes a strong guard, doing it all the time. If you're spending half your time loose as a goose and you ain't got no guard discipline, no guard strength. So watch again. Fury holds his feet, no pulling back. Watch what happens when Usyk steps in. Just slap him. Just pure slap. Didn't do nothing. He can't punch seriously, he can't punch at all. The only time he can punch is if you're pulling back, and not like anyone. Any trained man, never mind someone the level of Usyk, if they hit you on the right spot, you're going to feel it. Yeah, watch again, watch. So look, Fury's there, posted up. Like I've been telling people, how many years I got to tell these man? Oh, IB, well, Sugar Hill, he's been training people, you haven't trained no one. Who told him this? Who told him this? Because it wasn't Sugar Hill, it was me. I've been telling man this for a long time. Stick your hands to your head and get in there. It's that simple, it really is. If you ain't got all the frills and whatever else, it's time to stick your hands to your head. That's the solution, folks. Watch this here. Watch Usyk jump in and start slapping. What's going on? Here we go. Watch now. Slap, slap, slap. Did nothing. Fury held his feet. Defended with his hands. Didn't do nothing. And he should have been straight on the front foot. And I think he even is, actually. This is pissing me off. Slap, slap. Nothing. Didn't do nothing. There's no power in him. I'm sorry, people. I like Usyk, but there's no power in them shots. Yeah? There's no power in them shots. And I don't believe... Listen, the worst thing you can do with Usyk is be on your toes, like Danny Dubois was, and have a faff off. Yeah? Because the minute you go in there and your mind ain't right to get on it, I'm standing right in front of him. And if he wants to slap me on my guard, or even slap me in the mouth, if he slaps me in the mouth, I know, as a bigger man, I can hit him back. That should be the narrative. If I have to take 3 slaps on my gloves, or maybe take 1 clean in between, he's getting it, right down the pipe. I'm sucking in, catch. Usyk loves jumping in, yeah, and he slaps hooks like this. With a backhand, straight down the middle. You meet him with it. You take a few and bash, or the minute you feel the first one, bash, the right hand's going. That's what you drill for this guy. You stand there, spark on the floor, sucked in, and we're going straight forward. And the minute you feel something, bash, just let it off. Just let the hammer off, man. What's the worst that's going to happen? What's the worst that's going to happen? Yeah? You let it off, you suck it back. That's what you do with him. For sure, he can't punch. I've seen it now. He can't punch. Fury's no good. He stood there like this, yeah? And obviously you can argue, well, some shots won't be like that. Usyk's not a puncher, man. He's never been a puncher. He's never been a puncher. And look how Fury's not got the best chin or the best balance, if we're honest. Certainly he doesn't have much offensive balance. Or any balance, really. He's a big oaf, a big stiff oaf. Watch it. You have to appreciate this. Watch this one here, people. Watch. Slap, slap, slap. Did nothing. Fury's now back on the front foot. There you go. You're clinching him now. You're clinching him. He's on the ropes, people. I'm telling you now, yeah. Oh, maybe you never, but I don't care. I'm telling you now, boxing to know. When you have someone on the ropes here, when you put someone there, I'm not saying that Fury rocked him to the ropes. When you get someone to the ropes, it's time to work. Their options are limited. Yeah? That's the most premium part of the ring when you're going forward. Getting someone to the ropes. That's the last time you initiate a clinch. So don't tell me about Tyson Fury's IQ no more. He don't got no IQ. That's what this. Watch again. So Fury's holding. This is the narrative of the fight. The first fight, I believe, was more dominant from Usyk because Fury was going back the whole time. He got a few pot shots off, but Usyk thought there was something. This fight was more competitive. Yeah. Yeah. At least in this fight, you can clearly see here. Yeah, it's only a clip of it, but the point is, Fury was asking questions of Usyk, as Chisora did. Watch the Chisora fight. Usyk spent half the time on the ropes, and Chisora was at that point was half dead. And he's never had the greatest gas tank. Even in Chisora's prime, he was goosed after 5 or 6 rounds, knackered. Yeah. You don't win this fight in the middle of the ring, and this bit here proves Fury wasn't even putting Usyk under that much offensive pressure. Fury's kind of like a bumbling pressure fighter. He wasn't putting him under mad pressure. Watch this bit here. Watch. All Fury had was signal that he's trying to come forward. He wasn't even really pushing forward. He wasn't storming the beach of Normandy. Fury was signaling coming forward, and Usyk resigned to the ropes. The Chisora fight. Watch again. Here we go. But Fury's not even leaping in. Work him now. Work him now. You got Usyk dipping. Work him. It's heavy bag time. That's what it is. By hook or by... And you can just tell here, the way forward. Pressuring. I think he does a 1-2. He throws a 1-2 and he like leans over his... Oh, it's a 1-2 though. He throws a jab and he leans over and his legs are crossed and he's off balance. And even given all that, how poor his offensive prowess was in that moment, Usyk was like... choking. He was choking, people. That's what he had no... He did, and he was choking in front of Tyson Fury, who was falling over his own leg. Watch again. Here's the twist. Watch Fury's legs now. Watch the legs pause. Now Fury's engaged the clinch. He doesn't know how to pressure fight at all, people. I'm telling you this for free. So forget about Fury's IQ now. He don't got no IQ. Yeah? Once you got him to the ropes, you should have been coming in. Yeah? Coming in. Start digging some shots in. That's in my mind, that's pretty basic. You get someone to the rope, it's time to work now. If you can't work in the middle of the ring, you don't want to... In the middle of the ring, you can argue it's Usyk's fight. AJ proved that in... Particularly even number 2. AJ he was trying to fight Usyk. He was being more constructive, AJ. He was more like this, yeah, more constructive. But it wasn't I'm going straight forward. I'm taking a shot or two. And I'm giving him a shot or two. Chisora did that. Usyk's like, pulling back. And Usyk was the one looking a bit sloppy then. Obviously, Usyk has a high level of IQ. And when he does pull back, he does it cleaner. He'll have his hands up when he's doing it. Or he's got more kind of waist movement and whatnot. The principle is the same. The minute someone's pulling back, hands up or not, they're vulnerable. And when you're a big old heavyweight, you have to bank on that. I'm betting that if I have to take one on the way in, he's going to feel something. Fury got there, got to the promised land, and he engaged the clinch. Usyk literally bending down and not looking and whatnot. You can kind of see it. Let's have a look again. See, look, at this point, Usyk's looking at the floor. So you've got him there now. Yeah? You've got him there. At this point, it's fair to say, Usyk's not looking at Tyson Fury for sure. And this game's split second. The minute you take your eyes off your opponent, that's an advantage for your opponent. That's someone... there's no other reason to take your eyes off someone unless you're panicking and trying to get out of the way. Again, this isn't discrediting Usyk. If you're coming forward and you're 280 pounds, it's time to work. You've got him there now. It's hard to get used to the ropes. You don't blow it in initiating a clinch. And part of that, I've got to say, again, forget about Tyson Fury's IQ, comes from the narrative that, I don't know who set this narrative off. It might have been Lennox Lewis. Oh, lean on him. The lean on him narrative, it drains their legs. Let me tell you what really drains someone's legs. Yeah? When you're whacking upside their head and whacking upside their body. Leaning and all that rubbish, that's what you call a stinker fire. If you want a stinker fire fight, if you want to stink someone to death, then alright, welcome. You can't win a fight by clinching on, I'm afraid to say, folks. You can win a fight by saying, you on the ropes, and you are now getting it. You're going to have to fight your way off these ropes. I'm not going to let you off. With a clinch here, the referee comes in, and in that time, Usyk's able to adjust the angle, if that makes sense. The minute the referee comes in, Usyk now, he'll either pivot off around here and give himself space. Why would you lose that opportunity? You should make Usyk work off the ropes. You've got the advantage. He's not looking. And you've watched Fury now engage the clinch. Fury jumps on him. Fury engages the clinch. So, forget about his IQ. Forget about his fighting prowess. He can't actually fight. He can box. Obviously, he can box. He can't fight. He can't do some with some serious arm. He can't. Yeah, too much. Oh, he's so big, and I'm going to lean all over him. Well, I don't know who told you that was effective. It's not effective. It's ridiculous for trained people. Leaning on someone. If you could just lean on people and they'd lose fights, it's ridiculous. It's a bad habit big heifers have got into. Oh, I'll just lean on him, and even the commentators, oh yeah, Fury's leaning all over him and making it. What they say the word? Oh, he's making it. He's big man in him. Well, not really. Big man in him is. You midget on the ropes. It's work time. It's heavy bag time now. Yeah, put. Give him some head movement. Give him some whips. Do you know what I mean? You don't engage a clinch. You don't. That's your, what they call it in football. If the other team does something wrong and you've got the ball, they call it advantage. They say, okay, we're not going to call a foul. We're going to let you keep running the ball. It's advantage Fury at that point. You've got Usyk on the ropes. It's advantage Fury. Work now. But he can't fight. Number one, he can't fight for toffee offensively. Number two, he ain't got the heart for it. He's scared to death of getting clipped by Usyk. Even though I just showed you them slaps from Usyk. Usyk's like, oh, Fury just stood there, didn't move him at all. You got nothing on him at all. And you can say, well, that wasn't a shot that was loaded up. But whatever. And you can also argue, YB, well, you're not in there, and it might not look like a lot, but these guys are shitting themselves. I can't believe you put Daniel Dubois in there. Or Martin Bakole. Martin Bakole was in front of Jared Anderson. I can't believe he didn't take it. Bakole just stood there in front of him and was just walking forward. It was crazy pressure, and that's Jared. I believe punch for punch, Jared Anderson punches harder. Yeah, I can't believe Usyk's going to be slapping Bakole and he's going to be like. And if he is, I'll have to give Usyk credit. I got to be honest. I'll have to seriously say there's something going on there. There's something mystical going on because it don't make no sense, man. Oh, do you know the crazy thing? I've watched some old school heavyweight fights. As we all probably have. Them man took absolutely massive shots. Huge shots. Juicy shots. Winging hooks. Bad intentions. And they take them and it's not a big song to dance. Fury's standing there, as I've just showed you a little while ago. Usyk slapping him. He should be saying, wow, I'm grateful I'm not in the 80s and I've got some big juicy bull whacking me upside my head with bad intentions. Let me show you some of these fights. To contrast the difference. I'm trying to think of an example. I've showed you the Tommy Morrison and who was it? His name now. Well, I've showed you that one already. Let's watch the let's watch. These aren't the best examples, but these are the classics I know. Versus, or even we could even do Holyfield versus Tyson. I haven't watched this in a while, so I'm not sure how good it is. Let's have a look at Holyfield versus Tyson.
going to be one shot, and that's it. The decibel level here is for sure, and tie him up right away. But Evander's a warrior. He will fight. He wants a sort of boxing match.
Do you know what I mean? Like, compare that. Compare what we've just watched. Usyk jumping in and slap, slap, slap.
When they get close, tie him up for sure and tie him up right away. But Evander's a warrior.
Evander just took a right hand from there. Big body shot from Evander. Look at this here, just standing there, right there. Look, there's no shitting yourself. Big, heavy, massive shots.
There you saw Evander Holyfield throw a nice body shot, and it's going to be one shot, and that's it. The decibel level here is been close a lot. We've been wondering.
You can hear it, the way it's slapping. It's a proper whack.
A straight right. As we head for the bell.
Big right hand there. Big right hand there. Tyson lands a massive right hand. What does Holyfield do? Does he go? Or is he coming back with his left hook? And I don't care. Oh, AB, Usyk's really good. I can't believe Mike Tyson's right hand is less than Usyk's. So how is it, folks? I saw loads of times AJ would get popped with a jab and it'd be like choking. Nothing coming back. If a smaller man can jab you, you can meet him with it. Well, try. Fucking hell, right? That's a fact. If a smaller man can pop you in your mouth with his backhand or his jab, you can something in between. You just saw it there. Holyfield gets hit with a Mike Tyson right hand. And what does he do? He doesn't stumble back. He doesn't shit himself. He doesn't take 5-10 seconds to reset. Reset, AJ, reset. Composure, AJ. No, he's looking to get off. Watch this again. This clip here. Here we go. So there's the right hand from Mike. You've just seen it land there. The right hand lands at 1 minute 33. Literally right on the end of Holyfield's beak. Big, massive right hand. Straight, probably across actually, whatever. It goes right on the end of his jaw, right on the end of Holyfield's beak. Watch what happens next. Coming up, whaps the hook. This thing's pissing me off. Why it's lagging so much. Right hand, and he's standing there holding his feet and he's getting a left hook off. What's going on? Holyfield got hit clean with right hand, people. Yeah? Clean with a Mike Tyson right hand. And he's ready to go. He's ready to find something. He's ready to make it happen. It's time to work. How is that possible? I can't believe, Usyk's that good. No. He ain't. Well, even if he is that good, he's not right hand from Mike Tyson good and coming back with a left hook. If people could counter Mike Tyson, I don't rate Mike, but you get the point. He can't punch less than Usyk. Right? So if you can be in there toe to toe with Mike Tyson, there's no reason to be cracking your pants with a man 60 or even 30, 40, 50 pounds lighter. I don't even care if they're the same size. These two men were the same size. I don't even care if Usyk was 280 pounds himself. Stand there and fight. That's what you need to do. The way Fury talks as well, he talked like he's going to fight. So fight. Don't talk about it. And the thing is, at the time, Mike Tyson was seen as a killer. And Holyfield was gagging to get in there. Gagging. Hungry. I want to show this guy and all. And at the time, I think Holyfield was on a bit of a dip as well. People were saying Mike's going to kill him. So, that was Mike Tyson. You can't do a job on the plumber from the Ukraine, 220 pounds, who couldn't punch at cruiserweight, who got boxed up by Sean Porter in the amateurs. You can't do a job on him. You can't hold your feet. Look at where are all the back steps here? You show me.
Mike Tyson, right on the butt jab, and he slips to the side. Well, actually, we got a little different shot.
You show me where you see someone falling back.
Intimidation factor here.
I gotta admit, to be fair, 80s and 90s there was way too much clinching. It should be banned. There's no panicking. Despite the fact you're in there with little tiny gloves on, and you've got a man with bad old school intentions, there wasn't a whole bunch of running. Look, they're right there. You're right there now. You're right there. You're right there. You're right there. They're right there. They're right there. There's no skipping out. There's no skipping. There's no shitting themselves. Holyfield there took a half step back and he's back in. Yeah? That's smart boxing. These new age guys, Fury gets hit by Usyk, 220 pound short victim. Stumbling, choking to death. How's that? I don't care what no one says, people. They're no good. That's the conclusion here. You can watch a whole bunch of these. This isn't the only old school fight. You can watch a whole bunch of the fights. AJ, Dubois even, Fury. We've had 5 fights now, and every single one has shit themselves. And it's really not because Usyk's that good. He's okay. He's okay. He's okay in an era full of bums, is the point, people. I really have to say that. Because if these men, I don't care what no one says, no one from this generation punches with the intensity and the consistency and the bad mind that these men did. They didn't. The shots don't look the same. When you see Fury slapping away, even AJ these days in particular, back in the day he was more ferocious, but these days he's like an amateur. He's not proper like digging his foot into the ground. He's like, watch how he fought Wallin. Yeah? Watch how he fought Wallin. Watch how he fought Dubois. He comes out like riddle me this, people. Why didn't Holyfield come out? He could have no doubt come out on the back foot and postured with Mike Tyson. He's right in front of him from the jump, letting him here for you, Mike. That's what Holyfield said. He said, Mike's the kind of guy you can't fight going backwards. It's a psychological thing. If you back up, it turns people on. Yeah. And you can say, well, YB, Floyd did it. Floyd got punched up by De La Hoya. He got run around the ring. So he didn't, even if you say Floyd won that fight, he didn't make it look good. He went life and death with De La Hoya, washed up De La Hoya. So he didn't make it look good. Oops. So really there's no excuse for it. Especially when you're in there with a non-punching... Usyk's the boxer. Usyk's the cruiserweight. I'm taking the middle... If Evander Holyfield can take the middle of the ring and have Mike half on the ropes here, there's no excuse for these big oafs to be on the back foot. Oh, I'm boxing. Oh, it's boxing. Rubbish. Scared is what it is.
I'll tell you what, the crowd...
Look at Holyfield here. Look at bad intentions. Bad intentions. Got Mike backed up. If you can back up Mike Tyson at this point in his career when he was supposed to be back on, there's no excuse at all. No excuse. Seriously, I don't care how good Usyk allegedly is. There's no excuse. For you, number one, not to try and back Usyk up every round. I'm coming out to the middle of the ring and I'm not going back. He can slap me on my arms, he's going to catch something. Or he can just slap me on the arms if I'm tired. And I'll have a bit of a rest. I'm having a rest in the middle of the ring. I'm not running back and burning more gas looking bad. Number one, if Holyfield can walk into Mike Tyson, these buster heavyweights can walk into Usyk. Number two, if Holyfield doesn't panic and shit himself when Mike Tyson's in front of him, he's not looking... Show me where you saw Holyfield looking for the back door. If Holyfield can stand there looking to catch and counter from the first round, you big oafs can stand there with a Sean Porter 160-pound weights in his shorts, victim, and do the same, catch and counter. That's what we're doing. We're catching and countering, and we're not going back even a bit. We're going straight on him. Straight on him. And we're standing right there. Holyfield did it. And if Usyk's that good, he needs to earn it, if that makes sense. Listen, I like Usyk. You have to give him credit, obviously, but it's really an indictment on this new age heavyweight, or new age boxing in general. But obviously, we're talking about the heavyweights. It's more an indictment on that situation. Yeah, these guys are no good. They got no heart and they ain't got no real warrior spirit. They are literally new age. That's not me. Oh, maybe it's the truth. It's the truth. It doesn't make no sense. People, even in the boxing game, people 20 years ago had to go up against much greater, more daring things like Holyfield here with Tyson. Holyfield's back. If Holyfield can back Mike Tyson up, I think this fight, the first fight, went 8 or 10 rounds. Holyfield was putting it on him from the early rounds the whole way through. If he can do that, if he can dig in and do that and commit to that, there's no excuse for these men to be forced into boxing with. Usyk never pressured no one like that. Bradis, little old Bradis, who's good, is solid, yeah, but he's not Hall of Fame, if that makes sense. Bradis, who's solid, he was getting right in there with Usyk. Right? And that was, people argue, a better Usyk, who was younger and quicker and whatnot. If Bradis can have half a go, what's your excuse, apart from the fact you're new age and overpaid and bums? Bums of Britain.
Missed by Tyson. Good defensive.
Look here, look.
Here by Holyfield. Again, something unusual. Oh,
big right hand from Tyson.
It's been Tyson holding. he'll spring there, and he'll fire a big shot. There's a big right hand over the top.
Watch the time that he hits him. That's a straight shot. That's landed very well. That missed there. The point
Working,
is
look.
that Tyson is
Working,
on the
big
defensive
shots.
against
Round 3. Holyfield
Big shots.
also showing more
Big shots.
hand
Working on the inside now. We're working out on the inside. We're meeting him there.
to the process.
Look, Holyfield's always looking. Whenever Mike gets off, Holyfield's got some head movement and he's looking to get back off.
He's punching.
Very few times do you see him
I mean, he's
backpedaling. It's constant work and counter punching.
You know, it's
Slipping in and working.
Holding every time to my honeymoon.
Now, obviously, you have to give
In November 8th.
Holyfield credit for his... None of these new age heavyweights are going to be able to work in the pocket and slip and bang off. I'm not expecting that. What I am expecting is to get your hands up and hold your feet and come forward and keep it simple. Keep it super simple. At least get your jab going. Get something going. Stiff, not flappy like Tyson Fury. Get something stiff going. Just drive it. Double it up. We're going straight forward. And when you're there, keep it tight and work. If you ain't got all the Holyfield, whatever, have a go though. None of these men have had a go. Is what's pissing me off. Have a proper go. They ain't got no gas either. These old school men had some gas. They did more clinching, but apparently that's as hard. I don't know how true that is. Clinching is quite an effort, to tell the truth. But you don't have to engage the clinch. You really don't have to engage the clinch. A lot of people accept the clinch. Some trainer talked about that. You have to almost accept the clinch. Really, you don't have to clinch. Two men have to say, you know what, I'm tired of fighting.
This fight. He's made it a championship fight, and Tyson's not
Real attrition battle.
Round number 3. As Holyfield looks to counter punch off the swinging miss by Tyson.
He's coming back with a shot of his own.
You miss. We'll see what happens here. Round 4 in terms of time.
Mike's got to find a way to rip the uppercut to the middle from on the inside. He's not getting to Evander cleanly. Straight right hand over.
Tyson taking Holyfield too lightly. Ooh. Holyfield coming on. A right uppercut. Counter punch.
Genius.
See, both men, they're absolutely massive shots. They're huge, thundering shots. And there's no kind of, very little. There's very little choking going on. These days, they don't have, I don't know what it is. They're juiced. Juice don't make a fighter. I've seen a bunch of bodybuilders get up. So even if Holyfield was on a little piece of juices, that don't make you not shit yourself. Yeah. I got a white collar Donny who punched up some big muscly dude, and he was goosed after 2 rounds. The muscly dude was goosed after 2 rounds. He got stopped to the body. So all that juice don't do nothing. To be fair, it don't make you fight hard. So it's not just, oh, I'm juiced. It might give you some false confidence, if that makes sense, in the short term. But really, it's not going to make you fight hard. It's got to be a psychological thing. There's a whole bag of juicy man who ain't got no fight in them. So it's not the juice. It's a psychological thing. You accept the warrior spirit. That's what it is. Juice or no juice. You either have the warrior spirit or you don't. That's what this proves. And even Dubois to some extent. Obviously he hasn't done the ultimate deed, which I expect him to. I think he'll fill Usyk in. I do. He hasn't done it yet though. That said, even Dubois useless, wasn't he? Completely useless. Just kept cacking his pants. Well, listen, he hasn't failed any tests, so let's say he's clean. What changed there for Dubois? Oops. His mind state. So when you see all these heavyweights soft mentally and Tyson Fury physically, it's in their head. Yeah. He doesn't believe he's the hardest man born from his mother. Or he doesn't believe he has to prove. He should prove he's the hardest man. He's entitled, I'm the hardest man because John L. Sullivan. Oh, John L. Sullivan and John Fury. Come on, people. John L. Sullivan will be turning in his grave watching what you did, you big heifer. You big milk-bearing heifer, man. That's what Tyson Fury is. He's a meat cattle. He's a heifer. Yeah? That's what he's good for. Tyson Fury don't have no value in the boxing ring. Tyson Fury should be on a cattle ranch somewhere, eating grass all day. Big old heifer, man. That's what he's... Tyson Fury is more valuable for the meat. Is 280 pounds of meat. Fatty meat's actually quite tasty. It creates the flavour when you fry it. So Tyson Fury will be premium meat, 280 pounds of premium cattle meat, heifer meat. You see that one there? He don't have no value in a boxing ring because he shit himself in front of a 200-pound man. And I don't care how good people say Usyk is. I don't believe he's that. I'm sorry. I've been wrong before. I'll probably be wrong this time. Martin Bakali probably stand right in front of him and he will shit himself. And Usyk's got some magic. I can't even listen. Even if Usyk if Martin Bakali got in there with Usyk and he shits himself, still the point. I got to say this. The point remains. I don't believe it. I don't believe it's Usyk's that good. I can't believe it. I believe it's this new age that's just no good. That's what I believe it will be. I can't believe he'd put the Holyfield in there that went in front of Mike. I do not believe that Holyfield would be like I don't believe if Holyfield could walk into Mike, there's no way. I don't care how much. Oh, Usyk's tricky and he does this. He punches in bunches. There's no way Holyfield is going to be second guessing himself. I think he'd be a snack. I really do. Usyk might, listen, I'm not saying, Usyk might stink the place out on points and beat Holyfield, just running. But that's what he'd have to do, I believe. He'd have to be a complete stinker and he'd run around the ring. And he'd win on points in a stinker fight. That's how he'd beat Holyfield if he was to beat him. I'm saying, I don't believe it. You'd ever see Holyfield scared to death and pulling back and just looking like he's about to cry in there, like AJ was. AJ got hit with a few jabs. His head goes back and he's like, his nose starts leaking. He's like, ooh, ow, my nose hurts. That's what AJ was doing in both fights. Ooh, ouch. I've got an ouchie on my nose and ow, you hit me in my nose. That hurt, Usyk. There's no way Holyfield's doing that. He'd be trying to put it all on him. Whether Usyk's legs can work really well or not. Brady's pushed him life and death. Brady's hit no Holyfield. Sorry. He's not no Holyfield, Brady's. I like Brady's. He's not no Holyfield. He's not. And you can say stars make fights. Holyfield will be all over him. He wouldn't respect the power. He would not respect the power. He would not respect the power. He would not at all. Holyfield would take 3 of them shots to get one off. He don't mind that. It would do nothing to Holyfield. Seeing the big shots Holyfield has taken, it would do nothing to him at all to get a few slaps of music. It would do nothing. Nothing at all. Seriously. He just walks straight. I believe the way new age guys punch, like amateurs, if you put one of them old school man back there, they'd have a big hard on. Seriously. They'd be like, oh Mike, this guy can't punch for toffee. Because Usyk don't. He slaps his shots out. They're quick, but he don't dig in. So the minute you put old school man in there, they'd be laughing, thinking, ooh, this is like it's like I got a head guard on, kind of thing. They'd be straight in there. These new age guys don't. I can't remember who was the last guy I watched who was throwing shots of bad intentions. It'd have to be Dubois versus AJ. Thinking about it, it would have to be him, Dubois versus AJ. And even Dubois, he's improving, but I still wouldn't. He might have the old school mentality now. His skills are not old school. He still doesn't really have the inside game, I don't believe. When he gets on the inside, he kind of thrashes left and right. That's not inside game though. You see the things Holyfield's doing here. Inside game is you're finding a shot, you're timing a shot. It's not just pop. It's better than nothing, don't get me wrong. Dubois coming forward, pop and winging left and right, just slapping away. No, he's not slapping, but just thrashing your body around. It's better than nothing. As the Hrgovic and whatever fight was it, the Hrgovic and AJ fight showed. If Dubois hadn't gone in there on his job, Hrgovic would have beat him on points for sure. AJ might have beat him on points if he wasn't bang on it. So going in there hungry and just thrashing is good, but it needs to be more refined. Otherwise you end up gassing or you're just not getting the punch selection required. So I do want to see Dubois hone his inside game. His elbows are always proper like this as well. I don't like that. His elbows are proper flared, and that's how Hrgovic was getting him straight down the middle. Every time. Straight down the middle. You don't really need a bunch of head movement. Beterbiev don't have a bunch of head movement. He does not. Forget the head movement. Dubois not going to get the head movement now. It's really hard to learn. Forget the head movement. What you can learn is stick them elbows right in there and stick your hands here. And you're parrying. That's what Dubois needs to do. Suck his elbows in. Yeah? No more of this rubbish. Coming in like this and getting popped straight down the middle. He jumps around like this. Get him in, man. Get him in. Fucking hell. And work on the inside properly. Work properly. Dissect. Dubois missing the dissecting element of it. He's just pure brute force at the moment. He needs to remain calm. Pop. So you're there now. And we're looking. We're looking what's going on. And again, he did catch Usyk to the body. He caught Usyk with a big uppercut. So he's got... Listen. I think even if Dubois goes in there a bit crude, it will still feel Usyk in. Too much overwhelming force. Too much overwhelming force. Fury nearly half did it. If Fury can win 4 rounds, not doing nothing, and having no gas, can't punch. Fury can't punch, had no gas, and was just as slow as Dubois. You put Dubois in there with more power, more gas, Tyson Fury wins that fight, if that makes sense. There's no way Dubois can't win 7 rounds. No way. We saw AJ in round 9 against Usyk. Usyk was getting punched up in the second fight. Obviously, AJ's got no gas. He can't maintain it. And he himself, he blew his load. These men don't know how to fight hard over multiple rounds. And you can say, yeah, I agree, the old school man, they clinch too much. But once you get your shots off, once Danny D gets his shots off, if you want to fall on top of him and have a rest and clinch, then do that. But get your shots off. Don't be following him like a zombie. Get him to the ropes, put a few shots together and clinch him. If you need a rest. What I know for a fact is, these old school man, clinches or not, threw a whole bunch of shots with bad intentions throughout the fight, from round 1 to round 12. Yes, towards the end of the fight, they'd be engaging more clinching, which I didn't like. I think clinching needs to be banned, to be honest. It should be banned. But there was a level of, particularly Holyfield, there's a level of consistency there.
Holyfield's shoulder.
It is not letting Tyson do any of the bullying. He's doing all of
That's
it.
going to be a big factor with this type of fight, too. Evander can't keep wrestling with Mike all day and still be...
Wild left hook by Mike.
So they let him have some in a round.
Good for.
Once you get inside, work the body.
By Tyson, but a glancing blow back comes
He's disorganizing Tyson. He's keeping him out of his attack.
unleashing uppercuts to the body, digging.
See, look at that! Look at them shots there, Holyfield took. Look at that exchange there.
By Tyson, but a
Even Mike, to be honest, that one there as well.
says to Tyson,
Look at this Mike Tyson combination Holyfield
body,
takes.
work inside.
Here we go.
By Tyson, but a glancing.
Mike Tyson took. Sorry.
Tyson worked the body, work inside.
Mike Tyson took the shots.
By
Body.
Tyson, but a
Big,
glancing
massive
back.
shots. And even Mike's holding. Obviously, you can say Mike's one-dimensional, but you can't believe me. Usyk's ever hit someone that hard. Them shots Mike just took. I'll never believe that. I'm sorry. Take it to the Usyk homosexuals. I will never believe Usyk's ever hit someone that hard. Ever. Sorry. Oops. So how did Mike just post up there and absorb it? What would Fury be doing? He was doing that anyway against Usyk. In both fights, pulling back. Sugar Hill was going mad. So it's something in their mind. Their mind's weak. And that is one thing I will give Usyk credit for. Whether I think he's really that good or not is irrelevant. I think his mindset. He does have an old school mindset. He does. He can't punch for toffee. He can't dig for toffee. But he really does come in there. With his slappy abilities, he does come in there to slap you half to death. That's his plan. To go in there and slap you. He does have that resilience in him. In fact, after round 6 in the first fight, I was celebrating thinking he was getting filled in. He finds another level. These new age guys that take a few shots or have a good few rounds and then they just fall off. Like, oh, it's getting hard now. Don't fancy it no more. Fury started off well in the second fight and just fell off and ended up clinching and he was goosed. So maybe we have to give Usyk credit. Maybe it's that tiring. But Fury wasn't doing enough. He wasn't doing enough. Bottom line, he wasn't doing enough. He wasn't. I can't. He's got to make. Someone said there's diminishing returns between weight And what was it? Something like weight. Well, clearly there's diminishing returns between weight and cardio. Oh, sorry, scrap that. There's diminishing returns to weight. So the more, at a certain point, the more weight you have, it's actually a detriment to you. Maybe, but AJ wasn't bulbous, right? He wasn't overly big. 240, 250. I think it was 240 when he fought Usyk. He was only about 17 pounds heavier, which really isn't that much of a song and a dart, nothing to talk about, right? That really, when you adjust, if AJ comes in 240 and Usyk's 223, but AJ's 2 inches taller and is naturally a heavyweight, it's probably his actual weight. What's his excuse? There was no diminishing returns to AJ. The diminishing returns was he didn't want to punch nothing hard. How about that? He wasn't prepared. If Mike Tyson, as you saw there, was prepared to hold his feet and get whacked by Usyk, get whacked by Holyfield to the body, that's what these new age men aren't prepared to do. They like giving it out. Johnny Fisher loves knocking out Alan the Cabbage Babbage. AJ loves knocking out all the bums he knocked out. He loves it. These men do not like, by any means necessary, taking any shots ever. They do not like. They can't stand it. It completely rocks their world the minute they get touched. It's like to see a ghost. He wouldn't. Okoli was the same. Okoli didn't even get touched. Okoli just has to think. Oh, this fight's a bit harder than the Latvian Deliveroo drivers, so I'm going to choke against Billum Smith, right? Riakporhe, the same thing. How many bums has Riakporhe knocked Spark out? Didn't even get hit hard by Billum Smith. Just the mere thought of having to have a real fight. They both shit themselves. Okoli and Riakporhe shit themselves. Down to their boots. The mere thought of it. It's not even like, well, Okoli went down and then it all fell apart. Or, what's his name? Riakporhe went down and it all fell apart. Riakporhe didn't go down once. I think Okoli might have gone down, but Riakporhe didn't. Just shit himself from the jump. It's a mental thing. Obviously, there's degrees to which. AJ was okay having a go, to be fair. There's levels to it. Riakporhe and Okoli at the very bottom. They all literally, the idea of a real fight, they'll cack their pants. What's his name? AJ's the level above that. He's okay going in there having a good go when he's on top. Like he was with Ruiz 1. The minute he got popped though, it rocked him to his boots. Oh my god, I got hit back and it put me down. I'm over. He didn't do anything offensively after that. And honestly, I don't care what no one says. The shots you see in any of these old school man heavyweight fights were harder than that Ruiz shot. Bottom line. They were harder than that. Ruiz can't punch at all. He cannot punch at all. Fact. So these old school men were in there any day of the week taking big shots. They was at least, I think they were definitely heavier. The shots these old school men took on any given day were heavier than Andy Ruiz's shot. And it's part and parcel. They take it looking to come back, or they take it and they reset and they're having another go. These new age man, they get hit once and it's like, oh my, I got hit. Oh, Eddie Hearn didn't tell me that I'd ever get hit in the boxing game. Literally, that's how they react. It's a complete paradigm. Whoa. Rob McCrappen, I don't want to be getting hit no more. That's what AJ told him after the Klitschko. Rob, I don't like this when I get hit. Johnny Fisher, well, I don't want to be having hard fights out anymore. Hard fights? Hard fights? These new age men think fighting, boxing, is about you punching someone's head right the way in for them. That's what they think. And that's okay, you know. If you're that way inclined and you just want to whack people, go and do that. But they don't even want to do that. They get hurt once and they're like, oh, I'm scared now, because it's all about self-preservation. They're happy to beat people up and take the piss, and they ain't trying to take no licks. And if they do, it's a big, oh, well, I had a bad camp. Oh, well, I was concussed before the fight. Oh, well, whoop-de-whoop. I'm tired of saying it now. I really am. I'm really tired of saying it. Tired of saying it.
Disorganizing Tyson. He's keeping him out of his attack.
Unleashing uppercuts to the body, digging to the chin.
He has a chance right now. Vander's hurt. That right hand to the...
Look at that combination there.
Unleashing uppercuts to the body, digging to the chin.
He has a chance.
That's
right now. Vander's hurt.
He's still Vander's still holding his feet half though. He's still there.
Once in 46 fights.
Still there trying to counter punch. Why ain't no one trying to counter punch Usyk? Why ain't no lanky, big, useless oafs saying, like I said earlier, if Usyk can hit me, I'm going to catch him with something. Win, lose or draw. If a little man is able to, literally, Fury's that big, it looked at points like Usyk was having to jump up there to slap him in the head. I know if Usyk can hit me with something, I can have it go down the middle. Who's ever done that? AJ was trying to there was no catching counter. It was all kind of conversational. Fury, again, conversational. There was no real proper, I'm rock hard for this. I really am rock hard to put on for Britain. Right? All these guys took all this British clout. I'm the king. Oh, I'm the king of Britain. Not from these seas. Oh, fee, fi, fo, fum, Fury would say. Them kind of parts. Oh, I'm getting... Fury would say when AJ lost, I'm getting the belts back. Don't worry, guys. You sucked. Honestly, them two fights couldn't be more the same. AJ 1 and 2 and Fury 1 and 2. They just, both of them sucked. All four of them sucked. It's unbelievable. Again, you have to give Usyk credit, maybe. I'm not giving him credit. Listen, I like Usyk. Fair play to him, whatever he's done. I can't give him no credit, though. He's fought a bunch of bitches. Not his fault, but they are bitches. That's what this proves. Completely useless bitches. You might as well put 2 women in there, to be honest. That's how I feel. You might as well dragged in Clarissa Shields. At least you'd have an excuse. Well, I'm a woman and I'm undersized. What's your big ass excuse, man? Yeah? What's your big ass excuse? No excuse. You just ain't got it. Because you're soft.
It wasn't flush if it bears true. Tyson connected with the left hook. Good defensive move by Tyson, hooked by Holyfield.
Tyson. And Evander has the reach. He should use that jab more.
They're taking... They just seem to take big, massive shots, and it wasn't fight defining. It really wasn't a big... It was like I can't understand why... They just got it. They just knew what they was there to do. It wasn't a big shock. I wonder what these guys do in sparring. I wonder if there's a bunch of bum lickers and backslappers around these new age guys. I wonder if they go in there and just punch people up. AJ was punching up Dave Allen. Yeah? Do you know what I mean? I wonder if it's all one of them. Where they fly in all the people to get punched up. And even if they fly in good guys, I wonder if they're told, hey man, AJ is just looking to get some rounds today. Don't do this, don't do that. That's how it feels. Because these guys look genuinely... Coley, Reactport, AJ, they look genuinely shocked when they get hit back. They're scared to death of it. Do you know what I mean? Something's missing. There's got to be something missing. Or it's just a new age. It's the soy in the water. It's the estrogen. Anyway, people, let me know your thoughts. Smash the like button, subscribe, like for the bell, 100%. There's no doubt about this one, people. Stop it.